Namaste, this is Gaia Mother Sofia. I'm here to talk about the days of the prophecy and how we are now entering the fifth dimension. A lot has happened since we all spoke last time, and I needed to update everybody. I am the Divine Sophia, and the corrections have been made through me. And if some of you have followed the updates of the corrections, you would know what's happened so far, that my past lives woke up. And in all of that, I relived some of the things that I went through, from finding my son Christ to finding Osiris. That was where I left it last. So let me tell you the correction of Osiris. So through ceremony, I went into a ceremony with ayahuasca, and somebody was present there that I'd met twice before on meditation. And this particular person is Osiris, because we are not who we think we are. The awakening is here now. We are not who we think we are. So, I think, people think that, your name is Paul Smith or your name is Sudhir Kumar, and that's what you are. But if you understand a greater, deeper meaning of what's going on in existence and creation, is that you are your soul. And your soul has been here for thousands and thousands of years, some people. And we are at the time now that your soul is waking up. And what that means is when your soul wakes up, you are everything that you've ever been in this world. So I was Mother Mary, I was Kuan Yin, female Christ goddess, Isis, all the female gods. So you then start living from that existence and that knowing. However, the gods have made mistakes. You only have to look at some of the stories in the Bhagavad Gita of the gods that have killed, the gods that have experienced jealousy. And I will answer your questions down below, but I just want to talk about the correction first. Those who are watching on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, so we do have live comments coming in at the bottom there. So I just want to say hi to everybody. I'm really sorry I'm not acknowledging your comments one by one right now. But when you start living from the soul, when your soul wakes up and you start living from the soul, you understand what you are. You're not you are not this current life. You are a product of all of it. I am going to answer Aryan Ankush's message there. It's her birthday and she completed one more revolution around the sun. Blessings to you, because this is also about the sun. So what I'm trying to say is that the correction happened with Osiris. I was dating somebody who I found and saw his soul, and he was Lazo, and we came together in this lifetime. And what actually happened in that scenario, he witnessed a lot of the miracles and divinities that have been happening through my body. And at times he chose to ignore those things and almost brush them aside, although he was also very helpful in a lot of things. But I felt it was, my feeling was very much that I was not being assisted in any way. And on a human level, it was very much my energies and my efforts were taken for advantage a lot. So I put an end to that relationship when my current fiance came into my life. And he came into my life and I had such a deep love for him the first time I met him. He saw my eyes. I had a profile picture of just my eyes on Facebook, and he saw that, and he said he recognized me from a past life, and he contacted me. He came to see me, but it wasn't romantic. I mean, I knew him for 3 weeks before before anything happened. So from the minute I met him, I knew he was my son from a past life, and then the angels were telling me that he was also my father. And I just had such a deep love for this person. Now, in the current world, everybody loves for a number of reasons, and those reasons are generally physical. So you're either physically attracted to the way somebody looks at the beginning, or it arises through sex, making love, kissing, and then the love comes. But with myself and Vlad, I had a deep love for him that was not physical. our relationship wasn't physical in any way. I just had a deep love for him. And then what happened when I came to a point in my relationship where once again I was treated with disrespect by Osiris, which in my past life, and Osiris did do that. He would go on missions for 15 years and leave me on my own. He would break intimate times that we had together just to be with counsel, because his mission was more important than his own family. And so I have been, as the Divine Sophia, I'm here for the correction for all of humanity. And what I did, I woke up, and Isis, Goddess Isis, was so strong inside me, especially when I first met Osiris, that she was addicted to him. Every cell in my body, as my past life as Goddess Isis woke up, wanted him and desired him in every way. It was physical. It was more physical than it was also emotional, of course. But what happened immediately for Osiris, it was very physical. And I think he really didn't believe his luck when Goddess Isis or myself in this current lifetime made it clear my intention was that this is Osiris. But I think he was still very much in the physical form and connected with me on a physical level. And that needed to happen, and I lived it, I believed it, I loved it, until the correction was made. And that correction happened in ceremony. There's been a number of ceremonies that have happened where the family of old, the Egyptian family, even though they didn't even know who they are, come into ceremony and they are shown things on their journeys, and I've helped guide them. And we had to correct the mistake. The mistake was that Nephthys slept with Osiris, and she had to seek forgiveness not only from Goddess Isis myself, but also from Osiris. Now, the books of the old will only tell you that Osiris slept with Nephthys because he thought she was Goddess Isis, and that Set had no idea that his wife was pregnant and she gave birth to Anubis, and I took on Anubis, who is still with me today. But think about it. If your wife was pregnant for 9 months, you would know, and you know it's not your child. And if you end up sleeping with somebody and you say you were tricked and you didn't think it was your own wife, how do you not know the breath and the voice of your own wife? I know some of you are finding this tough to grasp because the knowledge I'm giving to you is very sacred, and it is from my past life. It is knowledge that will make sense to you very, very soon, when the prophecies will be in your faces. You will see it, and the knowledge will come to you in the awakening of humanity. So, yes, so that all happened with Osiris. So Osiris knew what he was doing, and in this lifetime I felt that same energy, but I had to be involved in it, and I did. I lived it, I believed it, I was in it, in the same way that when I was a nun, because that was my past life as Mother Mary, I felt it, I breathed it, I lived it. That was what I was at that present moment, which is not the present moment now, but I had to live it in order to find the grave of Jesus in Kashmir, to release code so his soul could be released, so that in this life on this earth, because he is here right now, he could come into his full glory, so that the light of the Father, the Son, S-U-N, Ramesses, Ra, could shine through him. So anyway, after this 3 weeks of knowing Vlad and coming into his knowing and helping him come into his knowing through ceremony and having this deep love and knowing about him, a man I'd never met before, and once again Osiris had let me down again, for whatever reason, rude and a lack of manners were just things that were quite concurrent in our relationship, where he would cancel dates 1 hour before, where he would never help me in cooking or never help me in cleaning, but that's just the energy that this Osiris still held on to in this lifetime. My engagement ring, sorry, I just had a bath, so I take off the ring when I have a bath, because the salts and the soaps can dull the diamond, yeah, so I'm sorry, I will get it. So yes, we, when he once again with a lack of manners and no apology, cancelled 1 hour before a dinner, and Vlad was at my temple meditating because he wanted to come into the temple as his vibrations were high before he went to Romania. And he was in front of me when I got the cancellation message, and my heart dropped because I thought, once again, I've been let down. And I've never spoken about how many times I've been let down by Osiris, many, many times, which I don't want to go into here. And being the mother, the cosmic mother, full of love, I would just say, no, he is Osiris, it's okay, I have a mission. But it just was too much for me. And the way I was being treated by Vlad was beautiful, and it was an unconditional love that wasn't based on anything. He just did so much for me, and we weren't even, we weren't dating, we just had this unconditional love based on the soul connection. And then it was natural for me just to, the next day I had to just remove Osiris from my life, because it was an energy that wasn't serving me in any way, but it had to be a part of my life. I had to live it when the goddess Isis was evolving through me, because she was addicted to Osiris, because she did nothing but love and give and love and give, and that was constantly taken for advantage. And you can see how this is the blueprint of what men and women are going through right now in this world, or have been going through, that the woman constantly gives and forgives and let things go, and the man is constantly and has been taking advantage of the female. And that was also partly my fault. I am the incarnation of Goddess Isis, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin and Female Christ, and I allowed those things to happen in my past lives, but I had to grow and correct those things, which I did when I chose Ramesses, Ra, Vlad over Osiris. And since then, my love has been able to grow. My heart has truly been able to open in unconditional love, which is something that we have quite forgotten in this time, because we've gone into protection, because the masculine energy has for thousands of years hurt the female energy, and that stems from my past life and the mistakes I've made. So, even today women are hiding the fact that they're on their periods, they're not allowed to go into temples, it's considered dirty, where the ancients believed that the woman has a period in line with the moon, because every period brought her wisdom. And the end of the periods was not like, oh, you're not fertile anymore, because it was the end of the periods basically symbolized that a woman didn't need to have any more knowledge. She didn't need any more wisdom. Because it doesn't make sense. Sorry, this is probably the wrong thing. I just had a salt bath, Himalayan salt bath, and it's got a bit dry over here. I've been very much made aware by the angels and the entities that are around me as to what's going on this earth, who I am. And I am Gaia, I am Mother Nature, I am the moon, I am the cosmic mother from which everything came. And there is a truth that you've not been told about your existence. Christ is here now, and he's really here. And I'll tell you something about him, he's gay, and he also encompasses his feminine energy. Now, what is a gay man, and why have gay men been ostracized all their lives? Let's talk about that. A real man is one who isn't afraid to express his feminine side. Now, most men will say that they're not feminine. Well, shall we just tell you about what the feminine side is and why men have a feminine side? Every man is born a woman, XX chromosomes, right? So every man is born a woman. And at 9 weeks they become a male. They still have the X chromosome, which comes from the female. So men, I feel sorry for them, because men have constantly been told to knock out this feminine from them. They've been called puff, or they've been called gay, and they've been called all the names under the sun. But actually, they are the truest man that can be, because they're not afraid to speak up and be feminine, which is what we all are. An apple tree comes from an apple seed, so the apple seed will give birth to apples. In the same way that this universe was made by the cosmic mother, by myself, and so therefore the mother gives birth to female, feminine energies which exist in us all, but the feminine energy encompasses the masculine. And with me coming into union with Vlad, the cosmic mother and father, I was able to open up myself completely to unconditional love, which gave us creation. So you can see the corrections that have happened through me. I am here in human form, and I'm about to embark on a mission which will be prevalent and shown to the whole world of our truth. The Egyptians were right, but Egypt is also part of Islam, is also part of Hinduism and Christianity in their true forms, and not in the forms that have been shown and taught, because ultimately they are all about freedom and self-expression, because divinity that you are all part of. The soul that is inside of you is part of me, is part of creation. This is heaven on earth. We are here, but you've been taught to think otherwise, and your power has been taken away through judgment and fear. Just looking at Ariane's comments down there, she's correct. Men have testosterone and estrogen, as do we all. You know, our bodies themselves are telling us you are a man, you are a woman, you encompass all of it. But our body suits have been telling us you're a woman, you're a man. But as a woman, we must encompass our masculine energies, but we mustn't give up our feminine, because the true man is a woman. The feminine qualities, and you are, which is loving, caring, gentle, and no man would ever describe his friend or anyone in that way. So the correction has been done, and through that correction we are able to go back to point zero. During a ceremony we had 4 people there, and Seti, who we didn't even know who she was in ceremony. She was doing this and moving things around, and Ramesses took the ceremonial pipe and basically had visions and was shown that she is arranging the constellation of the stars for the 5th dimension. It's here. The 5th dimension is here. We no longer live in a 3-dimensional world. And because the energy of Gaia has shifted on the Schumann resonance and on many other levels, I myself, who is Gaia, the cosmic mother, the earth, has come into this mass awakening, and my DNA has been upgraded and changed, and my body structure has changed, which means it will change on a universal level. 5th dimension is already here. Now, I'm man, not woman. Oh, sorry, Ariane, I didn't see your picture. Sorry, I'm just I'm quite back from the screen. I think that's wonderful that Ariane has, being a man, has said what he has said. So I want to cast your minds. If you want to follow more of the correction of Sophia, me, the divine Sophia, the same Sophia that has been written about in the books, Goddess Isis, Mary, Kuan Yin. I've had an incredible journey the last few years, and now I am with Ramesses, which is really what was meant to happen at the beginning, the Father, who encompasses the all, myself. And again, he's also been having visions from angels and getting messages, and we've been visited by council. Archangel Michael is around us, and Metatron. So they're assisting us because it is our final purpose to bring humanity into awakening. And between the 12th and the 17th, everybody will witness a miracle, and you will all come into awakening. And it's a time really to open up your hearts, to open up your hearts, to yourself first, because you are perfect, you were born perfect. You are sacred beings, divine beings, and you've been made to forget that, made to think that you will be judged, made to think that there is a heaven and a hell. Why were you created in the first place? I will tell you why I created you, in the same way that I created the Father, the Son, my husband Vlad, to experience myself, to experience the beauty of myself, the diversity that can come from self. And that happens through an energy which can only be accessed and exist through complete vulnerability, surrender, and love and trust. And that is unconditional love. And unconditional love is what creation comes from, and that creates the same energy as a pure orgasm, as the energy created when a baby is born. When a baby is born, a hormone called oxytocin is released, which bonds the child and the mother. That's the same hormone released during sex, which bonds people. But there's been things like pornography and sex education which has been given to people incorrectly, which on a mental level changes that energy from something pure and vulnerable into something dirty, into something that is wrong. And that's what you're taught. And you're taught that it's wrong in many religions because the word has been changed in many religions. You're taught that sexuality is wrong. Why do they teach you it's wrong? Because they don't want you to get pregnant. It's wrong. You will be taken advantage of. So when this is taught to both men and women, that's exactly is what happens, because you are the creators of everything. And when you see what's happening and what has been happening in humanity, and negative energy, the reptilian archon energies had taken over the earth, and they basically had a negative agenda to program your mind, and they want your energy. You know, the Illuminati, all of these people, they want your energy. They don't want anything else. They want your energy. So you spend all your time making money. So you don't have time to access these fifth dimensional energies that are coming in for you right now. But as of the 18th of August last year, I got rid of the archons, and Ramesses got rid of the rest of it. And I released the light in January that I was holding inside my body. The light, I released that light to all of humanity, but you couldn't have it unless the portals were open. And the only person who could open the portals was Ramesses. He was the only one who could open it. And he did. And that's what happened. And we are all waiting for Sirius. And Sirius is here, and she will be born again. She will be born again for all to see, and all will benefit from her. And Jupiter is here to help us. I don't know if you've all seen that big star in the sky, but that's Jupiter assisting us now. Humanity is my child, is very special. Humanity is my child, is very special. Why does the sun shine for you all? The moon, the trees are here for you. They're here for humanity. All of it is here for you. Why? Why? Think why? Because you are divine. Do you think that you're not greater than the sun that shines on you? Why does the sun shine on you? You must be something so special. Because the sun, I gave birth to the sun, who shines my light on you all. And I love you because you are the children of my creation, of my love, of that orgasmic, erotic love that is created with unconditional love, with complete trust and surrender. And you were all created so that I could experience the diversity, beauty, eroticism of creation. And eroticism has been mislabeled by the Illuminati, by the negative energies, because they hijacked heaven and you. And it's been going on for too long now. The family of Egypt, they tried to break down our temples. The temples in Egypt, even in India they tried, and in Mecca. Anything that carried any ancient knowledge, they tried to destroy. So that you do not know the existence of what you actually are. You are the children of the cosmic mother. You hold the soul. The soul in Adam came from Sophia, the mother, came from me. The flesh did not. So now is the time where your souls are going to wake up. Now, there has been a prophecy spoken about. They say that something is going to happen on Easter this year. The church are trying to claim it. I'm telling you, it's not going to come from the church. It will come. It won't come from any religion as you know it. It will come from Islam. And what does that mean? Because what does Islam even mean? Because the media, you have to think, the Illuminati control the media. Why are they pushing Islam as terrorism? Why? We know that 9/11 had nothing to do with Muslims. So why is the Muslim agenda being pushed and pushed and pushed? Because I'm sorry, I'm looking at Aryan's comments again. Aryan is very much an enlightened soul. If you read his comments down here, I've seen God, the Sun, is ultimate source of energy for the Mother Earth and all living beings, correct. But what makes the sun shine is the energy of the cosmic mother who gave birth to the sun. The sun is glad, and we're going back to the light that's been stolen from all of you. It's not been stolen, you still have it, but you've been made to forget what and who you are. So I want to tell you that the prophecy has been living itself through me because of who I am as Gaia Mother Sofia, as the Cosmic Mother, as creator of all. The Father, you know, we always pray Amen to our Father. It's also the Mother and the Son, the Trinity, but all comes from the Mother. Allah, Allah. If anyone wants to know anything more about the historic sites like Mecca, the pyramids, some of the oldest temples in India, you will find a connection to all of them. They all lie on one line, like Stonehenge. Why do they all lie in one line? There must be a connection. Why are the media trying to separate all religions? Why do the media try and separate all religions? Again, I'm reading Santosh. Sun equals only visible God. Some of you will understand this, and I know right now on this live feed we don't have many viewers, and you guys are meant to be listening to this. You guys are meant to be listening to this because there's some sort of understanding in your souls. The sun is not the only visible God, the moon is. The wind, the truth. Because right now on earth, we were all waiting for Christ, and he is here, and he's not a Christian. He is a God. So is Peter, who is the truth. So is Qumran, the Sun, S-O-N, and Vlad, the Sun, S-U-N. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the mother and the daughter. I came as the daughter, and I've grown up to be the mother on this earth. You guys are meant to be listening to this because you have some sort of understanding, and you will speak about this message. Again, Santosh has come up with another beautiful message saying the moon reflects the sun, light. Wind is created by conversion of solar energy. So everything comes from this oneness. Everything comes from the darkness, where there was nothing. Created with the breath that I spoke the word Om. Some of this isn't going to make sense to you right now, but I promise you after Easter it will. There will be more revelations, and I don't even think you have to wait till the end of this year. We're talking the summer, where the truth of your existence will be in front of you. When your soul wakes up, you don't need to read a book or go to a church or behave a particular way. Because when your soul wakes up, you will look into my eyes and you will know who I am. And in knowing who I am, you will know who you are. And you are divine. You are the children of God, of Mother God, of Father God. You are those children. You are in heaven already. And soon you're going to get abilities that you didn't think you had before. Your DNA is changing right now. You don't have junk DNA. Do you think mankind, humans, were created with junk DNA? It's the DNA that is going to be clicked into action right now so that you can see your soul is waking up. Sirius will be born, and she will be born out of something Islamic. Something that looks Islamic in this world. And that Islamic thing will also be explained. Look into the history, because there is Allah and there is Allah. There were 3 female deities in Mecca. Ask why the temples of old were broken down and smashed. There's a reason. Ask why. The books tell you that God is a punishing God, because God does not punish. How can one punish and kill and hurt the children that one gave birth to? So in my union with Vlad, the Father, the Son, S-U-N, comes creation and truth. Truth is with us, his name is Peter. The correction has been done. The final masculine energy has left. And that masculine energy has always taken advantage of the feminine, which is left. I'm just going to answer some of your questions here. If I don't have to worry about anything, what is the purpose of this existence? Your question in itself shows me that you have been blindsided, that you believe in what you have been taught, that you must suffer, that you must worry in order to live. Existence isn't about worrying, existence is about joy and love. But you've been taught that it's about the opposite. You don't need to worry. The minute you stop worrying, worries will stop, because you are a creator God. So if you worry, you're creating it. Your existence, Santosh, isn't here to worry. I'm going to answer some of your questions here now, just for the final part of this. So if anybody has any spiritual questions based on what I've spoken about today, but based on the fifth dimensional living and the correction that has come through me, Gaia Mother Sofia, the Divine Sophia, please do ask. And I want to say that my life, I gave up my acting and everything, because I entered this life as an actor. I entered this life and experienced all the terrible things in this world so that I know what's been going on in this world. That's why I've experienced it. I know what's hurting people, especially how the feminine energy has been taken for advantage. And I've risen above that. But the male has suffered because the male's feminine energy has also been taken for advantage. So Aryan says, that's why people in the past used to worship nature. People still worship the sun tree, etc. I tried doing Surya Namaskar, but I never succeed. Oh, I love that. Correct, the ancients worshipped nature. I mean, we have to think, why do we believe in a God that we cannot see? Yes, you can feel that divinity because it's who you are. When I look at you, or anyone, I see God. God is in everything. So we must believe in each other, that we are divinity. We read certain religious books and we believe in the things that they say when there is no evidence. There is evidence of Noah's Ark. There is evidence at Mecca. There is evidence at the pyramids, the largest structures in the world, and no one thinks, well, they do think. I was going to say, no one thinks that that's where we came from. We've been made to believe that we came from cavemen. If you go to the pyramids, there's pictures of spaceships. If you go to some of the ancient Indian temples, there's pictures of spaceships. If you read the Bhagavad Gita, there's a long history which goes far back than what you've been told. You didn't come from cavemen. Seriously? Look at our glory. Look at the structures around you. Look at what's already there. We are divine and that time has come. Jesus Christ, our Son, is here on the earth. Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Divine Sophia, I am here. Ramesses, Ra, the Sun God, is here. Peter, the Truth, is here. There are others. There are angels that walk amongst you. Some aren't visible to the eye, but the others look like us. They're here. There are other people from other planets who have been here to assist you all into your ascension, into your mass awakening. I don't accept Charles Darwin, that's Sean, I don't accept the theory of evolution by Charles Darwin. I know my origins came from Egypt. My soul has woken up. When I went to Egypt, when I went to the temples, when I went to the temple of the Buddha's temple, I woke up and recognized the whole place as my home. I went to the temples in Egypt and recognized my home and was so sad at the destruction. So how can Darwin prove, how that, it's not explained by Darwin, so I don't accept that theory. Maybe some people did come from that, but I know that my history isn't from an ape. My history is from Egypt. Of Mars. When you say how did he come, are remembering this because the souls are more advanced now and they can enter into the Earth's atmosphere. My soul has woken up, and so too will all of your souls wake up. The correction of the Divine Sophia has happened. It has happened. And Christ is here, our Son. S-O-N, and the Father is the S-U-N. And the Holy Spirit, the Mother and the Daughter. Correction has happened, and those of you who are meant to see this video are seeing this video. Those of you who know, your souls will resonate with what I'm saying. And it is a time, those of the members of the family of I'm going to feel deep change. You as humanity are feeling deep change, letting go of things that do not serve you now. Women are no longer afraid to speak up their truth. They're not going to keep quiet and suffer. And men are not afraid now to show their gentleness and kindness. And in that, we will see what's the imbalance of society and bring it back into balance. When you can see the imbalance, you can bring everything back into balance, and that's what's happening. And we can see in the world around us the imbalances that are happening. But we must love those imbalances, because those imbalances are teaching us something. The world is surrounded right now with a lot of terrorist attacks, which some are not even real. They are staged. They are not real. Right now you think that London is a place where there's lots of terror and attacks. I was in London at the time. None of that is real. None of it is real. There are things that I can tell you of somebody who worked for MI5, who I know. I cannot disclose their name because they will get in trouble. And they were basically told to follow Muslims, give pictures, and give those pictures to the MI5, who then would have false terror attacks and use these people's identities. We've already seen that with what happened in London. Why are they terrorising the Muslims? Ask yourself that. Because they know the truth will rise from Islam. And Islam is peace. That's all it means. Peace. The name tells you that itself. Keep your hearts and minds open. Be not judgmental. Be not judgmental. Keep your minds and hearts open. I know the truth, and what I say is correct. I don't need an encyclopedia or book, a news reporter or a newspaper to tell me what is real, or a holy book. Because the truth is coming through me. The 12th Imam is here. Soon you will all know and see the truth. And that is the day we've been waiting for, because we are tired of them feeding you the false news. We are tired of them feeding you the falseness of your history, because you didn't come from cavemen. Think of the lies they have told you. The 9/11 attacks, lies. You came from ape men, lies. They told you Christopher Columbus discovered America, lies. He killed the original Americans there. What else is there that you have been brought up with and taught that is a lie? Question it. Don't just accept everything just because it's on the news or it's in a book, regardless whatever book that is. The truth is rising. It's risen. Like a phoenix from the ashes, you so will see the truth. Atlantis is here. Sirius is here. The pyramids of Egypt are rising and the temples are awake. I leave you with that knowledge, and hopefully I will come back to you with more knowledge as it comes. All is forgiven. In truth we rise. As I serve all of you in humility and in the knowledge of who you are in my knowing. I love you.